name is Nikki, and I wanted to say hello to everyone. I really just wanted to start this channel, um, documenting a bit of our journey as we begin to learn how to homestead. We are the Banner family. I am Nicole Banner. My husband is Mo, and we have two teenage boys that are Alex and Michael. Patty's also with us. She's a longtime friend who's became family. Um, we are really trying to center in on the direction God is taking us in as we've began this whole journey. Our story really began with COVID. COVID shifted the way we did everything. We own a cleaning company, and overnight everything got real rough, real fast, and we decided to. My husband decided to step away from the company. We have a partner, um, and he stepped away to begin going into start the stock market and investing. And shameless plug, my husband's site is MBU, Moneybag University, where he really began to teach others what he had picked up through learning about investing and financial freedom. Um, we began to rebuild the business. The business, we took on a CEO. She has been absolutely amazing, and she really reshifted the way that we do things. And in that, the company really started to turn around. Thankfully, it was a process and a path, but we got there. Um, we also really began transitioning in that point. About a year and a half ago, I think I retired fully. Um, Virtually, there's still some small things that I do within the company, but it really isn't anything that requires a full-time attention. Um, and in that, we really started looking into, we really began to redirect our lives and praying and kind of asking God exactly what the next step was going to be. And I think the biggest thing that we learned, and through some scrolling as well, and reading and real research into what was happening in our world. And I think the one thing that we were mind blown about was how much we didn't know, how we learned about our food and the processes, the amount of things that were given, and that work life balance isn't really possible in the way that it's been formatted and taught to us. Uh, I've always wanted to be an at home mom, never possible. I've always been career oriented, not because out of want, but because out of need. And this has finally given me an option to kind of change that. And in that, I really wanted to learn how to begin to A, be more spiritually aware, B, really begin to grow and make my own foods that I knew the ingredients that were inside of them, and that we were growing together as a family, and that I was teaching my boys something different about finances as far as how work is with that. Um, and I think that really started with my husband because as he shifted over, we all began to learn that it could be done differently. Um, and as we slowly pieced things together, we really began to learn that it isn't exactly what they've told us it always was. It is definitely a mindset shift, but we've chosen to begin to walk that path a bit differently. Um, we just recently sold our home. We had a home for 6 years in the suburbs of Cleveland, Ohio, and we decided that we were going to begin a real dramatic shift, even more so than what we had already done with the company and with kind of different finances and the financial freedom and our time freedom. And we literally sold a month ago. And we have began to really search for a home here in the country. We're at an Airbnb now, and we're beginning to piece it together for what that's going to look like, what the home's going to look like, our buying potentials, and things like that. Uh, and we really want to begin to learn that new life balance. Uh, I would love to tell you that this is going to come without hiccups, that we're experts, but we're not. Um, Beginning this journey is something completely different for us. but I kind of wanted to share that journey, not only as documentation for myself, but as well as I'm a firm believer. I will take as least bumps on the head that I can to learn something. And I feel as if we share and we can grow together and kind of learn new things together, and hopefully I can help show you some of the things to prevent you from bumping your head as many times as I'm going to have to as I do this. Um, there's a lot of different things that we're going to touch base on, from food to hopefully animals once we actually purchase a property. Um, but this is the beginning of that. I have to say thank you, Lord, for continuing to bless us and being with us in this journey. And I pray for everyone who's watching this. Um, Please stay tuned and see what else comes out of this and this journey. I hope that we can learn together, and I'm willing to answer any questions that I possibly can. I'll have recipes, I'm sure I can. There's a bunch of different things that we can touch base on. Um, but thank you for watching, and we hope to see you on the next one.